Hello and welcome back to Dyson's Sphere Program. Now, if you've been following the series, you might notice that I'm not standing in the same place that I was when I finished it, which is normally the case, and that's because on my lunch break today, I was doing a little bit of work. And mostly the work I was doing was kind of the boring stuff, so essentially I'm just on my machine factory here, on the electronics factory I should say, not machine, and hooking up our copper so that we're just mining out that copper, we're mining out that stone, dropping into an interstellar logistics station, as well as doing some things with the silicon as well. So we just got planetary view. So I've plonked down a whole heap of batteries here, which is great. We've put down some more silicon farms, more stone farm, more silicon here, more stone, and just kind of building up that supply basis. So these are just planetary ones. That's a planetary one that's sending it through down to here. And I think I did that in the stream, but yeah. So, the stuff that's no fun to really watch, but it was on my to-do list, basically, to get done. Now, I certainly haven't done the whole planet. And I think that's what I'm going to do, just off camera, whenever I get the chance, is just fill out these planets, because what it involves is just running around, hooking up belts to planetary logistics stations, and it's not interesting. We're not solving problems. We're just beefing up our logistics when we do that. I mean, maybe we'll get to the point one day where I won't care too much, or people are just gonna have to bear it because we're off to conquer a new planet. But for the time being, at the level of tech that we're at, we've got better things that we could be doing, better things that I could be showing you and for you to watch. So that's the reason. Now, if you do actually want to see that on screen, let me know. Drop a comment on YouTube, drop in the chat, say hi. I'm happy to show whatever people are interested in, because I'm going to be playing it irrespectively. But here we are in orbit of Earth, and today, or tonight I should say, we're gonna go and make some more green motors. Delicate landing as always. So what we got happening here? First, I feel like we can delete you, and then just clean up the mess. That's good. And the rest of the stuff, I'll keep on me, why not? Nothing's too bad here. But what has been happening? What has been happening? Well, we want to go to our magma planet, our forge world, I think I've been calling it, and we're gonna do stuff with that. We're gonna make it into something. Now, we have got our orbital collectors. I can't remember how many we need to fill up a gas giant. I think we need 40, so I'm gonna wait until that's done, and then we'll, get that set up. But for the time being, what we want to do is go to our forge world and make more green motors, because our motor factory that is sitting over here just don't produce enough for our needs. Where is it? Here it is. Here it is. Yeah, so we've got all this iron kind of coming in, but it really isn't enough. It's working flat out. It's working flat out because I have no more iron. So that's a problem by itself. We've got more iron veins somewhere. Kind of using it. It's all tapped out for different purposes. So I think that makes this, what we're about to do, doubly important, because this factory will become obsolete. It won't be what we need anymore. It just doesn't have the resources left. These guys are doing all they can. I mean, even this guy, it's tapped out. It's gone. Now we no longer need this. Start dismantling things. I'm going to keep it going because at the moment it is my only source of green belt motors, and I do need some just trickling through the system. But ultimately, it's not enough. It is not enough. Alright, so to do a new thing on a new planet, we're going to need supplies. So we're going to fill up on some green belts that are actually produced by our green motors, so it'll be good to have those full. We are going to grab some sorters. Might as well fill up as much as possible, which is good. Hey, you guys, yeah, you have plenty of iron, but then I want to keep that to keep my mole going for as long as possible without having to redesign stuff. What else might we need? We might need power. We're gonna need these guys. Oh, isn't that lovely? We can just stop using those. Use these. Fill up that one. We want another one. We want another one. There's 200 I've got in my inventory. I think that'll be in. Will it be enough? That's a good question. Will it really be enough? That's an honest question, really. I'm not sure that it will be, but we'll see. We'll find out. It's an adventure. We've got miners. We have smelters, but I think I will want more. Oh, I want some of these. Go and shopping at that mall. Go and shopping at a mall. Graphite, I kind of feel like is a little bit superfluous now, but it's good. We're gonna grab you. Maybe another one. Maybe another. You know, we can always put them back. Excess will not be a problem. We'll end up using it at some point. How are we doing for these? I know I don't need many of them. We'll top up what we've got. Ah, yes, solar panels. We do want you all. Because that's going to be important when we get to our next factory dude. Technical terms here, factory dudes. Got plenty of logistic stations. We might just top up on the planetary version. What else might we need? Oh, batteries. Batteries is what we need. Huh. 100 batteries going to be enough. Two hundred batteries. That should be plenty for our purposes. I don't need those EM rail ejectors now, I don't think. Oh man, I think I did overstock on these. I might just tone that down a little. How many am I making those? Yeah, that's heaps. Whoopsie. Oh well, we ain't gonna run out. That's good. Plenty of them. Hopefully we might top out, because I probably want to top them up later. And I might get some more of those drones, because I feel like I'll probably put down a couple logistic stations. Okay. That seems like a pretty reasonable basis to start us off. We can always come back and grab more, of course. I do want to try and avoid that, but for the time being, we are set. Now, before we go flying off, I'm just going to check to see if there's anything else we can create with our current research. I don't think so. I think I've covered that off pretty well. Maybe vertical, nah. No more verticality, logistics, no vein utilization, no research speed, definitely not. Alright, cool. Excellent. Off we go on a trip to the Forge World, and luckily for us, we're as close as we pretty much get. Hold shift so I can start getting some speed. And zoom off. Now, the one thing I did not top up on was my hydrogen supplies, but I do have a heap of graphite, which is an inferior technology, but it will keep me going. Oh, look how fast we can go. Oh god. Right into the lava. Fun. Fun, fun, fun. Alright, where am I? The pole's up here. That's where I've put some power. I think I'm going to fill in this area as my power. Oh, isn't that pretty? The Dyson Swarm at close view. Very cool. Alright, now we have bugger all. Oh, yeah, yeah. There we are. Thanks for the tutorial. Not sure why that came then, but okay. So, what we're going to do is utilize all this wasted space in here. Solar panels. Seems like a ideal place to fill it up and make this a true renewable farm with as much as we can. Now, of course, wind is not an ideal power source on this type of planet anyway. We don't get all that much out of it. It's far better to be using solar because we're so close to the sun. It means solar power is more efficient. Also, there's the option for magma power, which I haven't put down yet. That's a new building for me. I haven't played through this particular update yet. Yeah, look at all these solar power plants. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. Going green. Going green. Green on the red planet. What's our power? So we can make 170 megawatts. No, it's going down. It's going down because the sun's going down. But I also sort of feel like that might actually be enough. We'll see. We shall see. But we can always make it bigger. And then the next thing that we want is to charge up. And make sure that when the sun ain't shining on this particular part of the planet, we are still accumulating everything we need. To our accumulators. Specifically, 200 batteries should be a decent amount of stored power, you would think. Another thing I can do is just kind of utilize the spacing in here, maybe. And there we are. Still got 50 of them. 50 of them to place. I don't think I can do anything with the spacing to make clever spacing here or anything. Fortunately. Ah! Got bugs attacking my hand. I know it's not green motors yet, folks, but it is necessary. Alright. Sweet as brew. Now the sun's about to come up on this side of the planet as well, so we're going to get to see how this is working. Let's just pick an accumulator. It's already accumulating energy, of course. and we're getting ridiculous amounts of charge happening because we're not really using much power. But I just want to see everything turn on. Load is high simply because... Hey, there we are, we got an achievement. Let's just choose this guy, right? Density coming up. So total power grid is looking like 247 megawatts. Is it going to increase at all? Nope, 247 megawatts is our peak power. Of course, we're charging our accumulators. We produce more power that we can actually charge up as well. So what that be meaning is that we could have additional capacity for batteries here, because basically it could actually expend all of the power during the night if we put sufficient load on it. Put on here, got outputs only. Yeah, we've just got a heap of backed up stuff. Okay. Phase 1 successful. Now, phase 2. We're going to need a few things involved here. And look at all the junk that are left on this planet. Oh, I'll take those. Ultimately, we're going to want to... See, there's no junk. We're going to want... copper bars. We're going to want a lot of iron bars. And we're going to want magnets. Those are the things that we are going to want. So let's have a look at the map here. So we have copper in abundance, but it's really the iron that I'm thinking is going to be our main source of voodoo. And we do have a chunk of iron down there. And my options are here. I could try and set up a factory near to the source of this stuff, or I could set up some smelting places and then bring it to a factory. And I kind of like the bringing it to a factory sort of option, so that as I need to bring in more iron, I can do it just by logistics stations rather than having to do anything else. Yeah, let's do it via the logistics option. Okay, so where to site my factory? Back to the map. I think in terms of empty spaces goes, I actually like this bit here. There's a little bit of titanium kind of blocking it up, but I think we can work with this area and then just kind of build the smelters off to the north and the smelters down to the south, and not worry too much. So that is what we're going to do, ladies and gentlemen. Now, from here, that's the good old set down the miners. Start of anything exciting in this game is miners. It's always about the mining. About that mining life. Alright, just stop with that, pigs. Come on, give me something. Alright. So we have what? A few of these. And we're gonna make you go up this direction. Do that. Do that. Just using Mark 1 belts because I can. Not because I particularly need to here. Do this and here. And then like so. And then we'll go Mark 2 along here. And then we're going to set up smelters. Now, this might be my magnet one. So these guys, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? Let's think this through. Make a magnets, and that will be magnets tick. And then I can make copper up here as well, and that would be copper tick. And where would I get my iron bars? I could just make big smelting sort of arrangements for iron bars down here. And that will be the start of beautiful things. Yep, let's do that. Okay, so we have these inputs. We're going to make magnets out of it. Now, magnets will need 1 every 1.5 seconds is our recipe. And these are going to produce 252 a minute. Basically, way too much. But these will do 12 a second. I don't have stackers. Maybe I should use stackers here. Alright. Is it automatic pilers? Could just start producing those. They do need those blue bars though, so I think I do need to produce these before I even think about stackers. Alright. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wish I could go back and view my old factory, my old battery factory. I mean, Greenbelt factory. But 6 will produce how many a second? Not enough. I think what I want is that. That'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 18. So every 1.5 seconds, it's going to produce 18 of them. So take off that 0.5, and that's 12 a second. 12 a second being the maximum speed of my belts here, because it's, yeah. So that is a full Mark II belt of magnets that we're producing here. Alright. Now, as promised, we are going to pilot directly into a logistics station, and I think I'll plunk that here. But am I going to? If we're expanding out our magnet factory, or this magnet smelting line, then what I'll probably do is put another line and run it up into it still. Alright, so yep, we're going to drop one of these here. Thank you. You're going to accept magnets, and you're going to supply it. 100% load before you supply, please. And then we're going to yoink you over here, like so. And yoink you over like this. And then we're going to set up our belt system, our feeder system, sorry. Ooh, like so, and like so. And then we need power. We are going to need power over here too. There we go. Now the other thing that you're going to start supplying is copper. Now the next smelting line, of course, which means that we will work on our copper line right here. Don't need to go far. Now if you're wondering, we will not be getting through our full Greenbelt low production tonight. I don't have the time. I set limits on this so that my talking doesn't keep people awake. including yourself. Ha 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 ha. So, if you're wondering how this is all going to turn out, then, or you want to be able to watch through to the end all in one sort of episode, then, well, if you're watching on YouTube later on, you can just kind of keep watching and then wait for the next one. Or if you're watching the stream, then you can just come in later. Alright, so we're getting a full belt of magnets. Now, I'm pretty sure I don't need all that much copper. We're going to produce one a second here. These guys will produce 216. Yeah, heaps. Heaps, again, one of those technical terms in this game. Very scientific. So, go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that should take up 12 a second. So that's basically a full green belt, and then we're going to do the same here. Use a second green belt of it. So green belt out, in, sorry. Green belt in. This might be where I want to use my splitters. So, it's a little bit closer than I would normally do it. The reason is so I can do that. That. Like so. Now, if we're wondering why I'm prioritizing a top line, it kind of looks like it's going to get extra or something. Don't worry, it ain't. There's a reason to my madness. It's not that I was just dropping them ahead, it's because there's another copper lane down here. I can run it up into there. But we will want to have 2 green belts of this coming in. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. And we'll run like so. In. This is why sometimes the blueprints are not the answer here as well. So as much as I do love the introduction of blueprints, it makes life a lot easier, a lot less clicking. There are some points where I don't use it for the reason is that I just want little custom setups depending on the terrain that I'm working on. I'm just going to chuck in our copper setups. That won't work because the belt doesn't reach. Same as far as I can. Yeah. Alrighty then. Then we need power again, of course. That's why I was very particular at counting out the gap there. So I can chuck Tesla towers in. And we're good. We now have 2 full belts of copper coming through, as long as we have enough of input happening. I'm just going to stick around and see if that works. If not, gonna tap the extra copper line here. But it's looking. Okay. We're back. Sorry, oh, no, hang on. Oh, that's deadly. Ah, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. We just hit the goal. We have a grand total of 10 now. Alright, I'm just going to keep an eye on OBS to make sure that that's going okay. We are in the green again on connection, so we're going to call that a temporary glitch, but hey, welcome Firehammer. Welcome to the stream. And we're working on getting a good green motor factor happening today. I don't think I'll reach it. I've got 45 minutes left in my stream, but we might, who knows. Just setting up at the moment so that we've got our copper incoming, we've got our magnets necessary for it as well, so that we can send that to a factory. And before I forget to do it, I'm just going to give it some dudes. Oh, come on, there we go. And the next thing we want to do is set up our iron bar factories, which I thought there was plenty down here, but maybe not. Maybe I want to smelt maybe up the top. Yeah, we might smelt it up there actually. Yeah, just a noob. 2,400 hours. Yeah, that's more than I've got, man. So if you scream out suggestions, I will listen. I may not follow them, but I will listen at least. But I played through before, and then, you know, it was a while back, and they've released new content relatively recently, or it's new to me anyway. So that's why I'm coming back for a second go. It's one of the things I like about early access games. Okay, what do we got? Chuck our planetary transport there. While I'm here, I'll probably grab the titanium as well. But we have what? 2, 4, 6, 7 of these guys. So I think I want to yoink a blueprint. I'll change the recipe on this one. Fair enough. That's one of the main reasons I watch streamers on this particular game as well. It's kind of interesting to see their approach. Actually, that's the main reason why I watch gaming streamers. It's kind of interesting to see them problem solving in different games. Alright, so we've got these guys coming in. I could probably fill in up the top here and just get another line of this. We'll see how we go. And yes, I do know that these are set to silicon at the moment. It's just the blueprint. Alright. polar region, so I might go renewing that down. Hey, more iron too. Yeah, in this playthrough, I'm trying to learn from my mistakes in previous ones and invest a little bit more in not just setting up the minimum, but going for overkill on my factories, even though I won't have the local resources for them. And that way, later in the game, when I'm running across solar systems, I can import everything. Yep, that's pretty much me. Except for I always tend to buy the Total War ones as well, so anytime one of the Total War's out, I'm pretty much up for it, irrespective of whether it's Warhammer or the Rome series or whatever. I always felt those games are good value. What do we got here? Just trying to think. I kind of want to be able to split it into inputs into here. Have too much for my current belt systems that they can handle. I'm not using stackers at the moment. It's on the list to produce, but I think I want maybe 2 of them here, 2 of them here. We'll see how this goes. Alright. All of that line, it's probably useless to have put that down. That's okay, it helps me think. And then we'll do that. And then any excess can go into here. And then for these, here. This has got 3, this has got 4. I want to prioritize my output here. It's going to fill up this line first. And I almost want to do some spaghetti here, I reckon. Hang on. Let's think it through. I then do this. Ah, no, my hand slipped. If I then do this, we've got 2 things that I can kind of split between them. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work. Like so, and then like so, and then like up like that, and then kind of split off that way, and that should be fairly equal feed between them. So of course it's not going to be, it's for some reason it's prioritizing the right rather than the left. And then this is kind of useless, so I might as well just do that. Okay, so I should have 24 a second of iron bars now. Half resources. Oh man. I'm just playing on normal. That's gotta make you pay attention to not wasting things, hey? At the moment I'm just, yeah, overrunning everything. Doesn't matter if I'm wasting on creating excess science or anything like that. But I'd probably play a little bit differently if I had half the resources available to me. particularly on the starting planet, before you can get away from it. Alright, so that's giving me my iron bars though. So let's run with that. I think I'm going to collect platinum in this one as well. Oh, sorry, not platinum, titanium in this one. And then we'll grab iron bars and feed that in there, because this motor factory is going to be a hungry beast. I could just try and wing it and underfeed it and then set up more feeding stations for it, but I prefer to spend a little bit of extra time now to make sure the inputs are all going to be there. There we go. Apparently the most efficient coverage is 6 apparently. I seem to recall from the last time I played. Not sure how many hours I am in on this playthrough though. I'm maybe only, I would guess, 24-ish. Is there a way to check? Is this our playthrough time here? Yeah, 17 and a half. Certainly not local time, so local time would be this one. Yep, 7 and a half. Right, that could get very depressing as well. Oh my god, I've spent thousands of hours playing this game and doing nothing else. We'll use the Mark II silicon ones again. Seem to work out alright. And that. And that. Now these do every 2 seconds? Yeah. Every 2 seconds. Is it mine at the same rate? Let's find out. Yep. These will be overloaded straight away. I won't do a full belt. I actually need to expand them out further. So do this. And what we want to do is actually double it. So go like this. This. I need the middle belt done as well. Come on, be nice to me. Cool, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 should do it. Now swap your recipe over. This at the bottom. Yeah, pretty much. I always felt like that was the same in Factorio, and whenever I played Satisfactory, it always seems like I don't have enough stuff as soon as you get up to another tier of things to produce. Oops, sorry about the mic there. Right, we're going to turn this into a blueprint though. So that I've got a titanium sort of smelting blueprint, because that'll do a full mid-tier belt for us. And we might create it now. So cut. Save. Right, so when I need it in future, I've got it. Okay, so we do this. In. These up. And we'll be cooking with titanium. These are right. Same with this, 'cause it's currently set to silicon. Ah, no. My blueprint, I should update it. So we edit. Nope. Nope, we can't. We'll just delete it and try again. I just realized that wasn't going to be quite what I wanted. Save. Because the recipes would have been mixed or not applied. Nice. That's not hooked up. That's a little bit silly. Finish that. And it's not a full belt, so we have a full input. Near full input, there's a few gaps. Is it like a 2-to-1 ratio maybe? Yes, it is. Ah, I just did all that work and I didn't need to. 6 aside would have covered it. So really I need tier 3 belts for that to make any kind of sense, and of course enough titanium coming in for that to make sense. So titanium deposit down there. Yep, there is. Alright, we're going to fix this. It's annoying me enough that I'm going to go off track here, and we're going to fix it. The way we're going to fix it is that, and that. Bring them in from this direction instead. And then we'll put our miners down and bring them in from the other side, and everything will be being used. And we'll try not to make that mistake again. Okay, so titanium is one of those things that you're going to need a lot of as well, so I kind of feel like it's worth the effort just putting them down now, because that way I don't have to worry about running out later on, or at least not for a while. I might do 6 miners here, so that'll be 3 aside. Oh, come on. No, really? You won't do that. Ugh. I feel like we're going to have the same problem there. I really want to get that belt covered, that node covered, not belt. So if I do that, can we do it now? Yes, yes we can. So up 1, down 1, you filthy so-and-so. It's okay. Just need to do a little bit of spaghetti here. outside done, then these guys can come in like so. Actually, let's just save a few belts and use the diagonal tool. There. So used to being in it square until they brought in the extra bits and pieces. Run that there, run that there, then that'll fix it. Yay, we fixed it. Tesla towers, and then we've got a whole heap happening. Coming? Yeah, it's coming. Alright, now you're set to supply. I want you to have full loads of drones, and you can have your 50 drones here. Now, one more factory to set up before we move on to the big one. Although we're running out of time for our stream, we've got 20 minutes. I'll set up the feeder later, actually. So we're going to set up another feeder here. So another 2 full belts of iron coming into this supply place. And then that's going to be used to feed our main factory, which I believe I was going to plonk down around here as being the most open space that I can kind of find that's not near the poles, which I really hate constructing in. Although I could put it here. Just fill in that lava. I know it's power supply though. Yeah, we'll go with my original and just chuck it in here. Alright, so let's go start planning that out instead. It's a bit more interesting. Alright. Math time. My least favorite time. Okay. So, we want as many green belts as we can possibly produce. Or green motors, I should say. So, the recipe for this is that we need 2 normal motors and 2 magnetic coils. Coils going to take a heap of magnets. The motors will also take a heap of magnetic coils, as well as a little bit of iron and a little bit of cogs. So let's work backwards, which is my favorite way to do this. Let's say that I want, let's say we want 2 full Mark II belts of electromagnetic turbines. What's that going to mean? So every 2 seconds we can produce 1. So to do a tier 1 belt, we need 12 of them. To do a tier 2 belt, we need 24 of them. So that means that we're going to need 48 factories or assemblers to do that sort of thing. Alright, so we are so going to need a lot of space. But we'll put it down the bottom sort of area here, and we might fill in some of the lava to my right. Yeah, that's what I do. I don't want to use the online tools. I know that you can just type in the number that you want to create in some of them, and it's great sort of things that it's produced, but I'm trying to avoid using them and actually come up with the answers myself. It's part of the fun of this. Okay, so 48 of these guys. How are we going to lay them out? I think in long, thin rows will be the way, and that'll be a good way to visualize if we're out of materials for them as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that is one standard belt. We want to double that, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that 12? It's a decent chunk of the curvature of the planet. Man. Yeah, this is going to be fun. It is going to need so much material as well. And then we're going to need room for belts. So these guys have 2 inputs and an output. So what I can do is design one row, maybe blueprint it, and then run it up. And that'll save me on some clicking. Yep, let's do that. So we're going to say my inputs are going to come from down this direction. My outputs can run out that direction. Alright, so we've got those going on. Then this guy can run down like this. Run along the line to help it out. We're also going to want power, which in this position we can at least sandwich it between the factories. Depending on where you are in relation to the poles, that will work. Also, sorry if I'm telling you stuff that you already know, but I'm just conscious not everyone who eventually watches this will know. Not intending to sound patronizing. And what I might do is also belt this up. So input, input, and output. I say belt it up, sorter it up. Sorter was the right word. Oh, I missed a PowerPoint. Let's fix that. There we go. Now I'm not going to set the recipe. Actually, maybe I should. Yeah, I should. At 12 a second belt speed, needing 2 of each item. Hang on. Let's have a look. Could be very right here. So every 2 seconds, it's going to produce 1. So if I've got 24 of these guys, then it should produce 12 a second. Won't be able to feed them though. So the inputs, you are quite correct, because that won't work. Ha. Alright, so we need to find our halfway mark. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Putting more thought into it than I was. No, it's all good, man. That sort of mistake, I probably would have come back and just made a few of the tier 3 belts for inputs and fixed it that way. Because that's a sort of, oh no, I don't want to disassemble all this sort of stuff. Sort of mistake. Alright, so that'll also affect my spacing because I want my inputs still to come from the same direction. Or do I? No, because it means I'm going to run the outputs down the middle of this factory as well, I suspect. So even when I do this blueprint, it's going to need to shift a little bit to the right when I do the next rung up. Yeah. So we just get rid of the excess belty bits. And let's see if we can just run this like this. thinking about my input is here, and I can definitely get all the items as an input here. Then whatever's producing that can run down the side on the left, and then in the middle here. And so we're going to have a mirror of two factories to do this section and this section. That's kind of the idea I've got in my head at the moment. I don't know if that's going to work. But it could. So, or it might not. Let's see. See if I'm right. We'll just drop that there. I'm just going to give it a little bit more space. Now I know that this part is not going to work. I'm going to want stuff coming down the middle here. Now, is that going to be enough? Yes, because I can stack things vertically. Oh hey, that's what I could do. To put my inputs here, I could stack them vertically and just run them out along the side here. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So actually we'll keep that. Probably going to make for some messy wiring. Okay, so we have that pretty much set up. Just got to wait for my drones to finish doing it. Now, for each section of 12, how many of these we're going to need? So we essentially want one a second to feed one of these. So if we need one a second, then I've got 48 of these. That means I need 48 a second. Let's just think through that. I need 2 every 2 seconds, so therefore it's definitely one a second that we need. And we're going to be producing one of these every 2 seconds. So that's... I think that's 96. I'm pretty sure that's 96 electric motor factories that I need to produce 48 a second. Yep, 96 of these guys. Alright, let's think this through. This is hopefully the only time I have to do this though, as well. The motor arrays I know are just the most intensive sort of things, apart from Casimir crystals. Yep, cool. Thank you for the confirmation, and let's go. I'm going to run out of assembling machines by the time this is done, so we'll need to make a trip back to home planet, but that's alright. Now, so if I'm going to need 96 of these, let's break it into quarters to make it deal with my sanity, or make sure I don't go insane doing this, and that'll help with our belting as well. So that puts it down to, what, 48, then halve that again, and we've got 24, so lots of 24. What's our inputs? So we're going to need 2 lots of iron. So let's do... I'm thinking rungs of 12. Yep, let's do rungs of 12. Now these guys need 3 inputs. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then it's going to do one output. So let's run this. That's going to be my iron input because that's the stuff that it needs the most of. If I have 12 of those, that's not going to work, is it? Or is it? Yeah, it's every 12 seconds, so yeah, that's 2 seconds, so that's good. Good, good, good. Do that, and then that. And then these rungs can feed these guys. This. Hey! Ah, my Dyson Sphere's got enough power. Or my Dyson Swarm, rather. To hit another achievement. They didn't have achievements last time I played this. Now we're going to create a blueprint off that, just so I can repeat it. I haven't hooked it up. I should hook it up. That'll save me a hell heap of time. Do that, do that, do that. And then output it. Now we'll blueprint it. There we are. Alright. So, yellow motors. Save. And then we're going to use it. Give it a gap. So that's 24. Yep, I think that's what we want. These two rungs will do this top rung, these two rungs can do the bottom rung, and we're good. And then we want to copy that across over here as well. And there's our 96. How are we doing on power? Bad. We'll have to use the inferior graphite because I didn't load up on hydrogen fuel cells before I came over here. Yeah, what I find depressing is the green motors is always the biggest, hey, this really needs some scale one. But also the quantum chips, when you start getting to the real end of the game, it's like, holy moly, I need a lot of parts for that. Especially the hydrogen mads to make Casimir crystals. Do I have enough belts? Yeah, I'm just leaving a space at the moment in case I need it later on and just don't know it, is the idea here. So I could do it tighter and just really keep it there because my Tesla towers are in the middle, as you say. But I'm leaving a gap in case I've forgotten something or later on I want to improve on things. Let's say if I want to try and get proliferators in there and really make things a little bit more cost effective, so to speak. Then without doing that, then I'll have no real problems. And yeah, this is the problem with using inferior fuel source. Oh wait, I've still got some. Brilliant. I think that's the priority. Yep. Only got 3 left, but that will help. Yeah, I've found so far leaving a little bit of space means that if I've made a mistake or get cooler stuff later on, then I've got kind of at least a little bit of room to try and fix something. But if you just sandwich it too much, then you know you're just kind of stuck with it. About all you do is upgrade the belts and hope that it works. I've seen some really cool builds though from other streamers or YouTubers where they've made things really sandwiched in between. It's very impressive. Yep, back to the inferior power source. Where is my Dyson Swarm? There it is. Getting fairly thick now. I'm also kind of curious to know what the power requirements for this thing is going to be. I mean, at the start of this one, we dropped down basically all the accumulators and solar panels sitting here, and we've also got a heap of from when I originally visited the planet, but I'm not sure if it's going to keep up or not. Yeah, I've always felt maybe that they're a little bit overpriced, the substations. I mean, I've got access to them now. I probably should try using them, but just with the amount that you do need to put into them, just kind of think, well, Tesla towers are ridiculously cheap. But there could be some merit to doing that, definitely. Looks like I might be out of note. My drain's just slowly catching up. Slowly catching up. I mean, at some point you're probably going to get to a point where you don't care. You know, the blue motor expense is nothing. But I'm most certainly not at that point at this moment in time. Alright, so we've got the next chunk of this done. So to feed my motor addiction here, we're gonna need a whole heap of magnets. We're gonna need iron, which obviously I need to set up, or rather magnetic coils, not magnets, as well as cogs. So we have 96 of these, so we're gonna need 48 cog factories, and we're gonna need 24 magnetic coil factories to work with this. Let's think that through. So 1 a second is going to produce basically 2 a second, and so it's a 2-to-1 ratio for that. Hang on, plus the time variance. So yeah, 24 magnetic coils, I think, and 48 cogs. Yep. Yeah, well, that's it. If you're 150 hours into the game, then absolutely. Blue motors, you want to have plenty of them. If you're running out, then it would cause constant problems. Okay, so Cog Factory next, I think, because that's now our next biggest. 48 of them. I don't think I've got the assemblers. Yeah, I do actually. So we'll set up the cogs that we need. I'm gonna do runs of 12 again. Yeah, I agree. That was hurting my brain to do that. But my plan there is just to set up basically smelting factories, run it into planetary systems to just provide feeders. So it doesn't really matter if I see things getting low, I just set up another iron ore input and start shipping it in. Is the plan. Okay, let's get this done, and then we'll run out of assemblers, and we'll also run out of time. So this is going to be the last thing that I put in. You can hear that. I was wondering how good the noise cancellation is, but it's more like a guideline than an actual rule, and I want to just try and finish off this last bit, which is also part of the danger of this game. So we'll leave ourselves a little bit of a gap. Run 12, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, good. Output like so. Input like so. Very simple inputs on this one. Oh, wrong way. Set that for cogs. Run that down. Grab this. And let's call this cogs. Save. Leave a gap for mistakes. That. Now that should supply that side. That should supply that side. Well, 24. Yep, we're good. Yeah, I don't know if you stream yourself, man, but if you do, then I will definitely drop in and check out what you're doing sometime. If not, then thank you very much for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. It's a tough gig getting you more followers as a new streamer, but I hope you enjoyed the session, and I will definitely catch you in the next one. I stream most weeknights, occasionally on the weekend, depending on what time I've got available. So I'll be here. Yeah, I find you've just got to start it. That's the biggest barrier. Get a microphone that's okay, and the streaming software is free. OBS is what I use, so you can just start it, start doing stuff, have fun, make sure you're having fun. It doesn't really, and if people are enjoying it, then they'll come join you. If not, then you're still having fun playing a computer game. So it's a win-win. Anyway, thank you very much again for watching. My name is Pooks. If you did enjoy this, please drop me a follow. And if you're watching later on YouTube, a like and a subscribe is always greatly appreciated. We have gotten halfway through our Green Motors factory tonight, and we'll be continuing later in the week. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.